Hey, Jeff Levin, thanks for your time. Talk to me about the budget and the issue of the City of Oakland ignoring its workers.
Well, the first thing I just want to note is that the city's negotiating team has apparently failed the city's leadership or vice versa. So while they have a balanced budget that covers all of the employee costs for the next 2 years, and while they are stating all of this publicly, what's happening at the bargaining table is that they are continuing to insist on permanent pay cuts for city workers. That's not being made public here, but that's their position. They haven't moved on it. We've been spinning our wheels at the bargaining table. We were just there on yesterday, and the message was, well, we can talk about cleaning up some language, but we don't have any authority to discuss economic issues yet.
Just clean up. For those who may be uninformed, who's the bargaining team?
So the city has both staff and an outside consultant that they are using to actually handle the bargaining. They report to both the city administrator and the city council. And the word to us was that they still did not have authority to actually make or counter our proposals on economics. So we're busy talking about things like deleting language on things that will expire anyway at the end of the contract, not the substantive economic issues. The second thing is that there's been a lot of confusion. The numbers constantly are revised. The revenue estimates keep going up. As we said way back in the fall when the 5-year plan was first, 5-year projections were first put out, we said that they were far too low and that if the city looked at current revenue, those numbers would be higher. Sure enough, second revenue report for the year came out, the numbers went up. Third report came out, numbers went up again. The city's not being honest about the money it has, and it's not being responsible in the way it budgets.
A person would say, can the workers strike? Is that in the offing, or is it something prohibiting any more drastic action?
Our union has called a strike for Monday. So we will be going out Monday on a one-day strike. We hope that this will bring the table bring the city to the table to bargain with us in a meaningful way with a bargaining team that's actually authorized to bargain. City workers, when the city was in trouble, looked at the budget, agreed the city was in trouble, and we stepped forward and we took major concessions that between the 14% pay cuts that we've been living with and the erosion of our purchasing power due to inflation, city workers are now living on 3/4 of what they were living on 5 years ago.
There's a couple of videos I've seen from Local 21 as part of a challenge. Is there a website that a person can go to for more information other than that?
Yes, they're on the local's website, ifpte21.net. We understand budgets aren't unlimited. We're not asking the city to come back and restore everything all at once if it can't. But this is also not one of these times where it's an either-or choice between public safety and workers. There is enough money, and if the city would sit down with us and seriously discuss this and be honest about the numbers, then there is enough money there for us to improve public safety, restore community services, and begin to move workers back to the wage levels that they had 5 years ago. And that's all we're asking for.
Jeff, thank you so much. Introduce yourself.
Okay, so I'm Paul Schieser. I'm a senior librarian for the City of Oakland. I work at the Eastmont branch. I'm the branch manager there. I've worked for the city for 11 years. I'm a property owner. I've lived in the city for 11 years. I'm also a negotiating team member for SEIU 1021, which represents 2,500 city workers. We're coming off 5 years of concession contracts, in which we've given up roughly 25% of our take-home pay. We haven't received a COLA since 2007.
Ooh, and this is 2013.
And this is 2013. The inflation rate from then till now has been roughly between 10 and 12%. Tonight, the City Council is passing a budget that requires no further concessions from us city employees. It even has a little pot of money for compensation. However, at the negotiating table, through the direction of the city administrator, Deanna Santana, the city is demanding concessions from us in terms of healthcare costs, future unforeseen rises to our pensions, which we're now paying the maximum amount, our half of what we have to do. also taking away things like accrued sick days and vacation and the amount we can sell them. I know people who don't have contracts aren't concerned about that kind of stuff. But basically, the city is asking for more blood from us, although we've given our pint, and they have enough now, and we feel it's totally unfair. And we just feel that Deanna herself,
Deanna Santana,
the city administrator, makes $292,000 a year. When she got hired by the city, the council gave her a contract where her pay grade is above what's in the civil service pay grade for city administrators. So she's getting paid extra secret bonus money from somewhere. And she was asked point blank. She came in the middle of one of our concession contracts where city employees were taking furlough days, and she was asked, do you plan to share in any of the pain? And she said, you'd have to speak to my lawyer.
Ooh.
So tonight we gave her a big pink slip.
I saw that.
So we've had enough of Miss Santana. We want the city to understand, and its citizens, that we are the workers, we provide this service, we run the libraries, we fill the potholes, we answer the 911 calls, we keep the parks open, we try to keep them clean, we try to deal with blight and all the problems that go on with the city. However, if the city's not going to respect us and share in a little bit of the gain once they get it, we have no resources left but to pull the strike card. So on Monday, citizens of Oakland, if your library is not open, because the branches are already closed on Monday, if your swimming pool is not open, if Studio One's not open, if you can't come downtown and pay for a parking permit, if you can't pay for your business license,
Or your parking tickets.
that's because we've had enough, and we've decided we need to take a day off from Miss Santana and Mayor Quan.
All right, is there going to be a picket point in your place? Or?
There will be several pickets. The major emphasis will be here at the Franco Gallo Plaza. We have 3 city buildings here, City Hall, 150 and 250 Franco Gallo. There will also be a day-long picket at the main library.
Well, because of the nature of it, you can't actually picket inside here.
You can't picket inside.
You'd have to
we
go
have a big
outside.
plaza with several entrances that we need to make. Also, you may have heard, BART is planning on going on strike. Unless there's an injunction from the governor or the state, you're not going to be able to get around on BART.
All on Monday.
All on Monday.
So this is like shut down Monday.
We have also heard that
It's worse
AC
than
Transit
Revis.
is deciding on Saturday. Their contract also goes up June 3rd. So if there's no buses, no BART, no City of Oakland, you might be best served just by staying at home and making entertainment options.
So on Monday, there will be nothing.
There'll be something. There's going to be a revival of labor in the City of Oakland.
Right. Well, Occupy Oakland really should have been.
It'll be the working people who occupy.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, cool.